Today, we're diving deep into the world of one of the planet's most incredible primates. We're going to look past all the myths and get to know the true nature of the gorilla, an animal that's often, and very rightly, called the gentle giant.
So, just to set the stage, let's talk about scale. A fully grown adult male gorilla, a silverback, can weigh up to 500 pounds. That is an unbelievable amount of pure power. But, as we're about to find out, that massive strength is just one tiny piece of their story. And this quote really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? We've all seen the movies where they're portrayed as these terrifying monsters, but the reality? It couldn't be more different. Gorillas are actually known for being peaceful, social, and really thoughtful animals. It's this huge contrast between how they look and who they are that makes them so fascinating.
So here's our game plan. We're going to build a full picture by looking at 4 key areas. We'll start with their unique anatomy, then we'll tag along for a day in their life, get to know their family dynamics, and finally, we'll explore their amazing intelligence.
All right, let's jump right in with the gorilla's physical design. I mean, every single part of their body is perfectly shaped and suited for life deep in the forests of Central Africa. Their skeleton is just an engineering marvel for their lifestyle. You see that bony ridge right on top of the skull? That's the sagittal crest, and it's the anchor for the huge jaw muscles they need to chew all that tough vegetation. Their rib cage is wide and barrel-shaped to support their powerful shoulders, and their bones are super dense to handle all the stress of moving through the forest. When they're on the ground, gorillas have this really unique way of getting around called knuckle walking. They literally support their entire upper body on the knuckles of their hands. This is only possible because of that super strong bone structure and those powerful arms we just talked about. This comparison makes it so clear how different their build is from ours. A gorilla's arms are way longer than their legs, which gives them incredible strength for things like pulling down branches and climbing. It's a perfect adaptation for their world, while our longer legs, well, they're built for walking upright. And get this is such a cool detail. Their feet are basically a second pair of hands. That big toe is opposable, just like our thumb, which gives them this amazing ability to grip onto branches when they're climbing, or even to pick things up off the ground. It's just a perfect little piece of adaptability. Okay, so we've seen how they're built, but how does all that anatomy play out in their daily life? Well, a gorilla's day follows a pretty simple rhythm: finding food and then resting. It's a cycle that keeps them and their families going. Now, given their incredible size and strength, you'd probably guess they eat, well, just about anything they want, right? But what actually fuels these massive animals is going to surprise you. Just take a look at this. A mountain gorilla's diet is almost completely vegetarian. A mind-blowing 86% of what they eat is just leaves, shoots, and stems. Think about that. All of that incredible muscle and power is built almost entirely on plants. And to get enough energy from that diet, an adult male can eat over 40 pounds of vegetation every single day. That is a ton of food, which is why pretty much their whole day is spent foraging. And they're incredibly efficient about it too. They're selective, meaning they only eat certain parts of a plant, which actually allows the plant to grow back quickly. Oh, and they rarely ever need to stop for a drink of water, because they get almost all the hydration they need from the juicy plants they eat in the morning dew. After a long day of eating, it's time to rest, and gorillas have this amazing nightly ritual. They're like little architects. Every single night, they build a brand new, clean nest for themselves out of whatever plants are around. The silverback usually picks the spot, and then the whole family, the whole troop, just settles in for about 12 hours of sleep. And that brings us right into their social world. See, gorillas aren't loners at all. They live in these really stable, close-knit family groups called troops, and that family is the absolute center of their entire world. So a troop is basically a family. You've got one dominant silverback who leads and protects the group, and the core of the troop is made up of several females and all their kids. For gorillas, these bonds are everything, and they reinforce them every day through things like grooming, playing, and just constantly communicating with each other. This timeline shows the whole journey for a male gorilla. He starts off as a completely dependent baby, grows into a playful little juvenile, and then becomes what's known as a blackback. It's only after he turns 12 that he gets that famous silver hair on his back, officially becoming a silverback, ready to be a leader and protector. And, these aren't just roles. They represent really deep, complex relationships. This chart actually shows the real family tree of one troop at Zoo Atlanta.
You can see how individuals like Sukari and Kudzu are sisters, and Macy is Kudzu's daughter. It just does a great job of showing you those strong, multi-generational bonds that exist inside one family group. All right, for our last section, let's talk about what's going on inside their heads. Gorillas have this incredible intelligence and a really rich emotional life that, honestly, we're just now beginning to understand. And the signs of their intelligence are just everywhere. They use tools, like using a stick to see how deep water is. They show a whole range of emotions that we can easily recognize, from pure joy and even a sense of humor to deep, profound grief. And as we've already seen, they manage these complex social lives with all their family and friends.
Their intelligence even shows up in their communication. Researchers found this totally unique sound that some gorillas in zoos make. It's kind of like a sneeze and a cough mixed together, and they've nicknamed it the snouf. And what's so amazing about this is that it seems to be a brand new sound they invented specifically to get the attention of their human caretakers. This chart from a study shows just how deliberate that communication really is. Gorillas used way more attention-getting signals, including that snouf, when a zookeeper was there with food, compared to any other scenario. This proves they're not just making random noises. They are communicating with a very clear purpose to get what they want.
You know, this incredible mix of traits hasn't been lost on the people who share their homelands. In many African cultures, the gorilla isn't just an animal. It's this powerful symbol of the very things we've been talking about: strength, intelligence, dignity, peace, and of course, family. And that really brings us to our final thought. The gorilla is this amazing paradox, an animal with unbelievable strength that chooses to live a life of peace and gentleness. It kind of makes you wonder, in a world that so often confuses power with aggression, what can we learn from the gorilla's quiet, dignified blend of power and gentleness?